one of the downsides of a man fully providing for you, if they have control, they're going to utilize it. So that's something to be aware of. If you don't want any of that, then marrying hypergamously is just not going to be for you. When a man sees a woman that doesn't give herself easily, he sees her as valuable. The life. No, they're not. If you think that they're just going to be like, yeah, spend however much money, however, and go wherever you want, I'm not even going to be worried about it. They're not like that. That's not even a man's nature to be like that. Not at all.
Okay, y'all. So the whole Isis Morales trophy wife situation is just getting so convoluted and difficult to follow. And I know y'all don't like a lot of talking, so let me get to it. Hello and welcome to Beauty by Jen. If you have or if you haven't been here, welcome either way. What's up, y'all? Today we will be talking about trophy wives, or one in particular, Isis Morales, self-proclaimed trophy wife. But before we get into that, let's talk about how 90% of you are watching these videos, but you're not subscribed. So help me out and subscribe to the channel. 90% is a huge percentage of viewers not subscribed. Only 10% of you are subscribed. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel so I can hit my 9K sub goal, please, and thank you. So basically, 29-year-old Isis Morales, Paloma, which is her real name, Paloma, married her husband, OJ, who is 59 years old in 2019. Isis pretty much learned a lot from the late Kevin Samuels, and if you don't know who that is, just Google it. So you get more information in my video, but essentially, Isis felt she had met the perfect guy and she married him within a short period of time. She met him on a dating site and she built an empire around teaching other women how to meet the perfect guy who's pretty much going to take care of you and make you a kept trophy wife woman. That was her whole stick. Like, okay, this is how you do it. This is how I did it. You know, don't be so loose, you know, keep your legs closed, you know, do it the right way. That was her basic lesson to women, you know, and how to be more ladylike, this, that, and the other. So anyways, when she had met OJ, she had already had 2 sons, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think she got pregnant with her first son when she was 17. And I want to say her and OJ have children together. So they have children together also. So in a nutshell, she built her empire, you know, and she like really hyped her husband up a lot, like saying he was just the perfect guy. You know, this is how you can meet the perfect guy, so on and so forth. But just recently, she was saying that he wasn't the perfect guy and that he was abusive, to say the least. Like, she said that he allegedly raped her a few times. So, you know, she was telling one thing to the women and how to do this and that and the other, but that wasn't really what was actually happening in her relationship all the time, like she was leading everyone to believe. I don't know. I never watched it. But anyways, so she taught women this, that, and the other. And in my opinion, I feel like everybody in a relationship is trying to tell somebody else what to do and how to do it and how we did it. And honestly, I wouldn't take that with a grain of salt, because a lot of times people can come on here or come on any kind of platform and present to you like everything in their lives is perfect, when we know nobody's life is perfect. Nobody's life is perfect. Not mine, not yours. No matter how perfect you say your life is, you shouldn't mislead people, I don't think. Don't mislead people and make it like, oh, I have the perfect this, that, and the other. Just be real, honestly. I'm not saying come on here and tell all your business, because I don't even understand why she went about it like this. Honestly, like, you know, you are putting, I understand like that's your business to put your life in the forefront. Put your life out there. This is how perfect my life is. These are my children, this, that, and the other. But like, I feel like this is kind of next level. Like, if your children are being, you know, attacked for not being, you know, if your children are being attacked by their father, like, I don't know, shouldn't you be trying to just handle that stuff, you know, outside of the cameras and everything? Like, I guess I'm just old and I feel like, I don't know, we just didn't put everything on camera. Like, we didn't put every step of everything we went through on camera. I don't know. I mean, I know it's entertaining for people. That's very entertaining. Like, okay, this person is very transparent and they are telling me every little detail about their lives. But anyway, I have rambled on enough. Check out my video. Please subscribe. Thanks.
One of the downsides of a man fully providing for you, if they have control, they're going to utilize it. So that's something to be aware of. If you don't want any of that, then marrying hypergamously is just not going to be for you, because they will
Mama, come see.
want to keep an eye on things and make sure that, you know, you're not out entertaining some Dusty with on his dime. You know. They're going to monitor. All men would be like this if they could be, but Dusty's, you know, they can't.
Mama, come see some banana.
Mommy's talking, baby. Can I see on the iPad in a minute?
Okay.
All right, thank you. So, yeah. It's just kind of part of the life. But no, they're not. If you think that they're just going to be like, yeah, spend however much money, however, and go wherever you want, I'm not even going to be worried about it. They're not like that. That's not even a man's nature to be like that. Not at all. Only time a man is like that is because he can't control you, because he's not providing for you. And it's not to say control you, but it's more of a like, one, I think it's a protection thing, but two, it's they paying the cost to be the boss, and that's what they're gonna do. In my marriage, there's been times where I've been being super spoiled. There's been times I've been less spoiled. There's been times where I feel like I'm not being spoiled at all, even though my husband is fully providing. He's not doing the extra things that, you know, to woo me, to impress me. And I had to learn, what is it that makes him want to go above and beyond? And as we know, most men are gonna roll out the red carpet when you guys are in the courting phase. He's going to do a bunch of things to impress you. He's going to spend a lot of money. He's going to really go above and beyond to show that he's a provider, to show off his masculinity, to show off his success, and just to impress you. I mean, that's what men do. But after a relationship, the methods that you have to implement to get this same treatment are a bit different. 6 weeks ago, I was changing my daughter, my 4-year-old daughter, and I noticed that when I changed her, she was red and very sensitive. And immediately my first thought was, did someone touch her? Oh God. Gosh. So I asked her, I said, "Baby, did somebody touch you?" And she ended up saying it was Daddy. I felt like my world ended on that day. My husband wasn't home at the time when she told me, but I knew he would be coming home soon, so all I could do was just say, "Don't tell him that you told me." And I just instantly started trying to think of how I could get my kids out of the house. Because I knew if I confronted him or asked him about it, that he would just lie. And that he would probably just continue to keep doing stuff to her, but just become more covert or more sneaky or whatever. As soon as my husband got home, he was actually picking up the boys from school, my two older boys from school. As soon as he got home, I told him that I was gonna go Halloween shopping with my sister because I just needed an excuse to get out of the house with all the kids. And I knew if I said something like, "Oh, I'm going to the grocery store," that it would be suspicious. Like, why am I bringing all the kids and like packing things, like things that we would need and things like that. So going Halloween shopping was the best thing I could think of to just hurry up and get the kids out of the house. I'm sorry, I had to get myself together. So when I got to the hospital, they basically told me that we had to go to another hospital because they didn't do physical exams, like that kind of physical exam there. So a police officer escorted the kids and I to another hospital where they were able to evaluate my daughters. It ended up coming out that he had actually been touching both of my daughters, who are only 2 and 4 years old.
Hey everyone, my name is Dee, and I am the niece of the trophy wife's husband. Now, I know you know who the trophy wife is because she's been going up and down my timeline for the last couple of days. Her name is Isis, or Paloma, which is her real name. This lady is completely insane. Let's just start from there. Background story. Her and my uncle got together really quick. From what I've been seeing and what I've been told, she thought that she was getting a come up with my uncle. But then when things didn't go her way and she pretty much seen that she could no longer hide the things that she was doing behind closed doors, she ended up trying to find a different route, which was to come on here and lie to you all and tell you that her daughter had been touched by her dad, which that is not the case. Her daughter had been touched by her son, and she didn't want anybody to know because she wanted to try to make it seem like my uncle was the bad guy because she wasn't getting what she wanted in the divorce. For you smart ladies out there who sat up there and thought to yourselves, "Oh, this cannot be true. This can't be, something that a woman would allow, which it's not. It's not something that a woman would allow. I am a victim of whatever you want to call it. And I don't appreciate one bit of the accusations being put out there, especially not just because they're fake, not just because that they're out there just for clout, but because of the fact that this involves a family member of mine who I care about dearly. Multiple family members, if you want to put that out there, because the kids are my family too. The boys are somebody else's. The girls and the last baby are a part of my family. And if they're being harmed in any kind of way, I definitely would want to stand up for them, for sure. But her son is the one that the baby first initially said that was touching her. My grandmother was changing the baby one day, and she seen that it was red down there, and she said that her brother did it. Now, when they went to court, the court did not believe what she was saying, because Paloma had already ISIS had already put out a case against my uncle, because my uncle was furious when he found out that her oldest son was touching the girls. So he went out and tried to, seek help to figure out what he should do about getting her son away from the girls so that they would no longer have to go through this. But as soon as he did that, ISIS went and took papers out on him, claiming that he did it because she didn't want her son to go down for it. On top of all of this, she's sitting over here acting like she's the best parent in the world, when if y'all go look for yourself, y'all will see that she has a child abuse case of her own. Her youngest son she tried to put it on my uncle that he abused her youngest son, which loves my uncle to death. But the day that her and her ex tried to put out there that my uncle had abused her son, he wasn't in the state. He wasn't nowhere near. So once they went to the hospital and they took the little boy to the hospital, the one thing that they didn't do this time is the social workers pulled him aside and started asking him questions and asked him, who hurt you? Come to find out, the little boy told and said that it was her. Not only that, her oldest son has sent my uncle threatening messages. He has rubbed poop on the walls at multiple family members' house, including theirs. He has pushed his younger brother down the stairs to the point where he had a concussion, and she didn't want to take him to the hospital because she didn't want them to know that she had, a son that had been abusing on her other kid. He's touched his little brother, he's touched his 4-year-old sister, and he's touched his 2-year-old sister. But all of this will come out eventually. My uncle cannot say anything right now because the case is still open. But my thing is, you're sitting over here saying that he did all of this stuff, but if he did, the police themselves said that he would be in jail. They would have took him to jail as soon as the hospital said, oh my gosh, the baby's been touched. He would have been in booking right away. He wouldn't be out right now working. He wouldn't be out right now being bothered with all of this extra stuff that you're putting on because of the fact that you want money. Like, what mother uses this platform to sit up there and say, my babies have been touched, and then sit over there and then try to put a GoFundMe page up? Do you know why she's putting that GoFundMe page up? Because my uncle has had enough. And then you want to sit over here and portray to these women out here that, oh, it's okay to be a trophy wife. Just go for that rich man type deal. No, how about go get your own money? How about stop sitting over? Stop. Please, ladies, please stop waiting on a man to fulfill your life financially, spiritually, emotionally, all this other extra stuff, and find your own way. Do that. Because when you find your own way and you know your self-worth and you know what you are capable of and what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate, then the good man will come find you. But until you know your self-worth, you're just going to keep picking up anything off the street and being like, oh, okay, he got a little bit of money in his pocket, so he going to treat me right. No. Because what the one thing that you don't realize is that man that has that money, he's also got a little brain in his head too. So he also is already aware of these women that's coming out here to do these things to him or to try to trap him in these ways just for money or attention or the clout or whatever. Like, come on. We are in 2024, about to be 2025. Why are we still doing these same little tricks? Somebody needs to be teaching y'all how to make your own money, how to get your own way. So then that way, when you do find that good man with a lot of money, then y'all can build together instead of sitting over there waiting for him to give you an allowance or whatever, your little stipend for the month. Be real. And now he has to suffer without seeing his kids because of the fact that this woman wants to lie and slander his name because she did not get what she wanted in the divorce. The divorce that she did not put out there, by the way. Because me personally, if anybody had did anything to my kid, oh, baby, I'm going down there first thing and divorcing this person. I'm not about to sit over there and wait. If anybody rapes me or takes my goods without me and my knowledge or without me saying yes, oh, baby, I'm not about to stay married to somebody like that. That's crazy. But for you to sit over there and say that he's done all these terrible things to you and yet it took him to divorce you and not you to divorce him, open your eyes, ladies. Stop being stupid. Because this girl is full of lies. Full of lies. Everything y'all heard. First off, let me ask you. Let me get this. Look, who wipes their eyes all the way up here like this when you're crying? Huh? Who does that? Nobody. If I'm wiping my face, I'm wiping all down here because I'm a sloppy crier. And I'm pretty sure most of y'all are too. I don't know why y'all sitting over there trying to act like them housewives, doing all that little... No. Let them tears drop if you real. Because if I'm talking about my baby and something like that happen, oh, I don't care if it's ugly cry or not. I'm gonna have snot and everything coming down my face. But this girl could barely even look at the camera the entire time she was talking on this video. I have no reason to lie to y'all. But I want to let y'all know that the disrespect with my uncle, it has to stop because this man has done nothing. And so Isis, this is my message to you. I hope to God that you got your ducks in a row. I hope you hired a new lawyer after the last lawyer set up there and case because she seen that it was no case. So I hope you hired a really good lawyer, or I hope these people give you enough money to where you can get you a good lawyer. You are not a good person. You are not a good mother. You only, and even right now, you're still out there looking for the next victim. You're out here looking for the next victim, and that's so, like, I'm laughing because that's so fucking sad. But you need not come for me and mine. You need to know that. Because this man does not deserve it. And I know some that do. But he doesn't.
I couldn't get on here fast enough. I couldn't get on here fast enough when I heard people are trying to blame my son. I couldn't get on here fast enough. Couldn't get on here fast enough. I thought I heard someone who I've never met in my life coming on here trying to blame my son. Someone whom I've never met in my life trying to come on here and blame my son for the sick and disgusting things that my daughter's father was doing. This is not a game. This is not a game. How dare you? How dare you blame this on an innocent child? You talk about you got proof? You have proof? I've got proof right here. Right here. Show me your paperwork. Show me your paperwork. You talk about I am saying something different than when I was in court. Honey, you weren't even there. I've never seen you in my life. It's not very good. Oh my gosh. Y'all want to see my protective order? Y'all want to see my protective order? Right here. I'm going to cover my daughter's name. I'm going to cover my daughter's name. In the case of a vulnerable adult and a minor child, a relative, there is a preponderance of the evidence to believe that the respondent committed the following acts of abuse. Statutory abuse of a child, R word, or a statutory S offense. Father has been coming into two-year-old and 4-year-old daughters' rooms and SAing them. This is from the judge. There's the case number. It matches the records. There's the proof. There's the proof. There's the proof. I'm done. That's all. I'm done.
I just want to say her husband is innocent until he is proven to be guilty. Just want to put that out there. I don't ever want to accuse somebody of something, especially as vile as that, without having proof that they are actually guilty. Okay, so here I am on a GoFundMe page. I'm assuming it's her GoFundMe page. I don't know. I'm very wary of anything GoFundMe or anything donation. It's a lot of scammers out there. So I am not telling anyone to donate. If you feel like you want to donate, but I'm not telling you to do it. But this is the page and it says starting over. It raised $3,000 so far. It says donation protected and she has some supporters on here. People are donating. So again, that's totally up to you. Okay, so finally, I'm just on Reddit and someone asked who the husband is. Honestly, I didn't do a lot of research. But yeah, someone said the husband is just some old black guy. That's what someone said here on Reddit. And I think somewhere else I watched, it said he was 50 and she's 29. But I don't know. Honestly, that's probably why y'all aren't subscribing, is because I'm not really getting the information y'all want and need. But that's what I've been hearing, is that he is 50 and she is 29. And yeah, she has some support on here on the Reddit. But yeah, that's literally what they said when someone said, and who is her husband? The response was old black guy. So, I'm just going to close by saying when you are dating someone, you have to vet again. You have to do your due diligence. I know it's easier said than done. They can't even vet in government, right? But you have to vet. It's very important. You could be in love, or you may be the trophy, or whatever it is you call yourself, for men and women. You may be the prize, whatever it is you call yourself, but you have to be careful about who you are dating and who you are marrying, especially if you already have children or you're having children with that person. You have to be very careful, because the world we live in now and have been living in for a long time is treacherous. It's real out here. And, you know, a lot of times we are blinded like, oh, like he's buying me things or she's buying me things and I have it all and I'm perfect, or, you know, our marriage is perfect or our relationship is perfect. Nothing is perfect. You understand? Nothing is perfect. Like, you know, we can't be out here blinded by the lights. You know, like you have to know how to move in a room full of vultures. You know, it's a lot of snakes out there in the grass. I'm serious. Like, you better get it together. Men and women, get it together. Don't be taken advantage of or letting your children get harmed by these predators out here. Is serious. Not saying that he is actually one, because I don't know for sure, but all I'm saying is like, get your ducks in a row, and you know, he might not be the one or she might not be the one. And I don't know what's going to happen with her businesses or whatever, her trophy wife business and all that stuff. Maybe she can change it to something else like vetting. I don't know, but that's all I got. That's all I got. Sorry. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.